Welcome to the Poopwater situation, ground zero. This is where the spill is currently at. Wow. That's a very cool piece of machinery. I'm essentially in a steam room, but with raw and treated sewage. It still smells awful. All right, we are back. Currently at the Poopwater situation. We'll just walk the same trail as we did last time. So what I'm thinking is, okay, we'll see if the water's still being drained right down here, and let's check out the progress.
Okay, so the Poopwater situation is now a national disaster. Over 240 million gallons of raw sewage has confirmed to have ran right out in the Potomac River between DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And it seems like they've tried to prevent this before, because last year, DC Water announced a sewage pipeline project and renovation that would keep the rivers cleaner. But unfortunately, roughly half a year later, the largest sewage leak in US history happened right here. You know, Merry Christmas, the was full. But I noticed the situation on the 23rd of January and realized no mainstream media source was covering it. So I decided to go down to ground zero of the Poopwater situation myself because it was crazy that nobody was talking about this. And I started off by going to the trail looking for signs of sewage running into the river. And wow, yeah, I sure found it.
All right, let there be light. Oh my gosh, dude. Guys, obviously the storm has been here. The signs are still here for sure. It definitely still smells bad here. Okay. Why does it feel like I'm out here playing the Slender Man or something like that for a YouTube video? I think I walked over here last time. I think this is the trail I followed. I'm surprised we still have snow, like weeks after my original video. So when I filmed my first video here, it was literally the day of the snowstorm hitting DC. What I actually like about this massive flashlight also is it's so bright that it's actually lighting up perfectly for me to film a selfie video. Okay, wait, let's see. Okay, more sewage signs. I'm pretty sure this is where I was standing, where the sewage was running out, but now I'm worried that like I'm actually walking where the sewage was once running, which is absolutely gross if true. I keep getting whiffs of it though. Yeah, this is it. It still smells awful. It's not free flowing anymore. So this is where the massive run out was. There's some lingering. Yeah, this is just a pool of very dangerous water that smells awful. Again, this feels like a freaking, what am I doing? I'm out here in the forest in the middle of nowhere, Maryland, past dark. I mean, this literally plays like a POV horror game. I don't even want to get into my own head by saying this too much. Oh man, I'm getting out of here. Let's go check on the other stuff. Let's get out of the forest. Okay.
So last night I went back to check on it. Now, quite a bit of progress has happened, but not before it got worse. Because the first week of the uncontrolled sewage leak had DC Water declaring 40 to 60 million gallons of raw untreated sewage entering the Potomac every day. And at that point, no bypass had been installed yet. So the conservative baseline was 200 to 300 million plus gallons. And then in the following 2 weeks, there were no full containment. So millions more leaked each day. And once fully contained, there's been several leaks, including 600,000 gallons on Super Bowl Sunday due to a clogged pipe. And here this Twitter account claims that now DC Water admits full containment. Doesn't mean 100% diverted from the Potomac each day. It's well above 500 million gallons as of 1 to 1.5 weeks ago. At least 6 weeks into build permanent bypass. And apparently it'll take 6 weeks to build permanent bypass. And now they're saying it'll take 9 months to repair the original block/crushed 72-inch pipe. And they're also alleging that the bypass uses the old C&O canal and open ground-based diversion. So every second the raw sewage is still touching the ground on its diversionary path, as you're about to see right here.
Oh boy. Okay, so what have they done since last time? Well, it seems like they've definitely stopped that massive flow right there that we just saw of the raw and treated sewage going straight into the Potomac. That's positive. But there are people saying that what they did was they diverted it into the canal, which I think runs into the Georgetown Canal, but I'm not fully sure. So we're gonna check that out. And I guess we can go see if the Poopwater geyser is still there, because that was crazy. That's one of the craziest things I've seen in a while. Just a geyser of raw sewage flowing up through a manhole. Ugh. One thing I didn't prepare for again was how cold it was going to be. I don't even have the polyester on today. But again, massive credit to all the workers. It seems like they are still literally working around the clock to fix this. My big worry is, so this really smells here, but my big worry is when the weather starts heating up, how much this is going to stink. I did see a recent post by DC Water where they confirmed that 250 million gallons of raw and treated sewage flowed right out into the Potomac. But by the smell of it, this is where it is right now. Why did I not bring a mask? What's wrong with me? Why didn't I bring a mask? So now it's all running there. So it seems like all the workers were up here where the original Poopwater geyser was. So let's go check on that. But they've definitely, this is all brand new. They have fenced off this entire, I mean, this is literally raw, untreated sewage. So wherever it's running there. I don't know if that ends in the Georgetown Canal or not, but I guess it's not flowing to the Potomac anymore from what we can tell here. I don't know if it does way further down the run. But let's walk the same lap that we did earlier and see if we can cross that bridge and get over to where the other workers are and the potential Poopwater geyser that's over here. I turned off the Giga flashlight as well because I feel like I'm bringing a lot of attention to myself by beaming it up like this. Like, it's a little bright. Why did I do that? I just blinded myself so bad. Oh, this is the bridge I crossed earlier. Okay, so I don't have access to cross it anymore, I don't think. And I'm not gonna jump a fence. Can confirm though, raw sewage smells terrible. I might need a new approach. I might need to go around. I might need to walk where the road is because this fence just continues. All right, let's head on over to the poop geyser. Oh my gosh. So like I've been walking along this trail and I've just been trying not to puke. And I just realized I'm seeing all of this steam come up from the raw and treated sewage. I'm essentially in a steam room, but with raw and treated sewage. This is hands down the worst time to not be wearing a mask ever. What? I feel like this is one of the dumber ideas for a video. The amount of steam here as well. Oh my gosh. All right, so, sorry, I'm so distracted. I actually have to puke. All right, let's go around. Let's just get out from this area. Oh my. All right, so we actually have a bunch of people in the command center. Yeah, DC Mobile Command Center. That's what it said. I was speculating on that earlier. All right, so hopefully I don't get kicked out of here. They have a generator running there. Here's all the stuff they've been routing, I guess, into the canals or back into the sewage. Slightly confused, honestly. I guess we can check the Georgetown Canal after this to see if any water flow is now there. But I guess we kind of just have to hike up here for a little bit. Oh, I don't feel comfortable. This is on the side of a road though. There's probably safer ways for me to do this, honestly, but at this point, I'm out of ideas. Also, it's freezing. I am so underdressed for this. All right, so again, we're still walking on the side of the road. We're trying to get to the Poopwater geyser, which is all the way up here. I think I heard something. Dude, this flashlight is so overpowered. This is the coolest device I've ever bought in my life. And the camera's not even doing justice for how much I can see. I'm just trying to keep it like down because I don't want to blind a single car with this thing. The goal is to cover the Poopwater geyser, not to cause a car accident. But just like everything else that we cover here on this channel, it gets so much worse because we talked about it briefly earlier, but Super Bowl Sunday happened on the 8th of February. And I guess the entire city decided to take a dump at the same time during halftime. And that clogged the fix and caused a new leak. And apparently the clog was created by wet wipes as well, so awesome, guys. I mean, at this point, the poop water situation isn't crazy, it's diabolical. Then, to make things worse, there's now reports of it taking 9 months to fix. But the reporter Martin Ostermuhle addressed this saying, there's been lots flying around on social media about how DC Water said it'll take between 9 to 10 months to fix the broken portion of the Potomac interceptor that led to more than 200 million gallons of sewage spilling right into the Potomac River. I'm told that's right and wrong. The immediate repairs to the broken position of the interceptor pipe, I'm told, should take between 4 to 6 weeks. A broader pre-existing plan to reinforce and rehabilitate the 2,700-foot section
section of the pipe where around it broke is expected to take 9 to 10 months. So let's go check on that.
All right, we're now approaching what was, or what maybe is still, the Poopwater geyser. So, I mean, the big, or the cool thing, right, I guess, is you don't have that open, free-flowing river anymore that was just running into the forest there of the untreated sewage water. Now, at least they're running it underground through that canal that we looked at earlier. I'm just trying not to walk where there's an active situation going on. I'm just walking past all these generators here. All right. Welcome to the Poopwater situation, ground zero. The Poopwater geyser was over here. I think the workers, no, there's definitely workers over here. Okay, yeah. Yeah, they had massive pumps here. So this is where the poop geyser used to be. It was like right there. And now they have all this heavy duty equipment, pumping it underground to the canals. Are you guys pumping everything into the canal now? Because it used to be free flowing on top? Okay. Very cool. So I'm just covering the local thing of what's going on. You don't mind me standing right there and filming it, or?
When do you want to film?
Just the pump.
You want to film the pump?
Yeah.
I can walk you over here.
Thank you so much.
So,
Yeah, yes sir. Wow. That's a very cool piece of machinery. Thank you so much for being out here, guys, and thank you for letting me film this. Hope you have a wonderful night. Okay, so they're using that massive pump to then pump, I guess, what was the leak into the canal to then send it onward. Where it ends, I don't know. Hopefully that water is going to be treated. But again, I mean, with a spill this big, what do you even do with that water? That's the, like, so hopefully they're able to recapture it, but also like, the leak already happened, so all they can really do is try to contain it as much as humanly possible. But this is what we have right now. Here you have another massive pump. Wow.
And DC Water just officially confirmed that 243 million gallons of sewage leaked into the river, which is the equivalent of almost 369 Olympic-sized pools.
So again, last time I was here walking, right out there, you had this like sewage water river flowing straight through, which honestly kind of seems to have like just destroyed all vegetation out there. Like this is just, that's cooked. But now they're pumping it underground. So at least we're making some progress. But again, where it's going, I don't know. I will try to find out as soon as I get home though. So I think the next thing to do is I want to walk alongside. I want to check out the canals because I want to make sure they're not running. I saw rumors they were running it through the Georgetown Canal, which seems just diabolical. I don't think they would do that. But again, I mean, it's so much water. They have to put it somewhere. So yeah, now I just have to walk in the highway again on the way back to the car and we'll be good. So this is where the spill is currently at, log 10 on the Maryland side of the DC border. I mean, I can confirm this is probably the stinkiest topic ever covered on YouTube. Because this is awful. I mean, all the steam there, I guess is just steam from raw untreated sewage. So again, if I come here a third time, I'm bringing an N95 mask. I don't care. I mean, I should care. I don't know why I didn't bring it this time. I don't know why I didn't bring it the first time. I should have learned from the first time. The first time was awful. Second time, I don't know, fool me once, fool me twice. Okay, I'm not gonna get fooled a third time, bring a mask. Because there's security here. Security was not here earlier. All right, the moment of truth to see if the Georgetown Canal rumor is true. Yeah, no, it's not true. They're not running the sewage right down through the Georgetown Canal. The channel is not being ran through. Okay, on that note, I'll see myself out.
So I found out they're using the canal as a diversion for the sewage instead of letting it flow right back into the river. It then flows back into a working sewer further down the canal. So hopefully they solve the open body of sewage water laying in the canal though. But hopefully they solve the open body of sewage water laying in the canal though, because That was just straight up putrid. But unfortunately, this massively set back the swimmable Potomac River campaign. Because at the end of the day, I feel like everyone wants clean rivers in the cities they live in, but that requires our cities to actually update the outdated infrastructure and aggressively find and fix leaks. The big problem before the massive leak was that every time it rained, the rainwater would then overrun the outdated sewage system, forcing it to dump excess water into the Potomac, which includes raw untreated sewage. And this is because older cities use combined sewer systems, meaning it's all one pipe that carries the toilet waste, sinks, showers, and rainwater from the streets and so on. So on a dry day, everything goes to the wastewater treatment plant. But when it rains a lot, the pipes can't handle the sudden water volume. So it opens overflow outlets and dumps the excess directly into the Potomac. It's safe to say that that needs to be updated so it doesn't happen. Obviously, that is not an overnight thing, nor will it be cheap to do, but I wanted to explain this to as many people as possible so we know why there's so much E. coli in our rivers in America. Because if people don't know, there's no incentive to fix it. And obviously, the latter I just talked about, that's not the 250 million gallons of wastewater leaking into a river, you know, the combined sewage pipes, that's not only a DC problem. That's also a New York, San Francisco, Boston, Philadelphia, and so on and so on. So many major cities in the US have that same problem. So hopefully key infrastructure in our cities get upgraded sooner than later. But hey, other than that, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe because I'm trying to hit 2 million subscribers. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow. Peace.